Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of... What is this again? Citizen Sleeper? Yeah, Citizen Sleeper. Forgot the name of this game. But this has been a pretty interesting game so far. Like, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. I know there's a lot of text, but there's also a lot of things that we can decide to do. And right now we're in a huge bind. Because I couldn't get the tracker off me in time. I don't know if it was even possible to do so. But the tracker on me is a huge issue. Need to get rid of it so I can get rid of the hunters. Both the physical one and I'm hoping the data one. And yeah, I need to also earn enough money to go to the next area. Like, technically I have enough money to go to the next area, but if I go there now, I won't be able to afford much of anything. Repairs, food, and whatnot. So I'm saving that at the moment until I feel safe enough to move on. Not that there's anything in the next area right now anyway. It seems like there's a gigantic gap here, so it's like, what am I gonna do here? Nothing. Nothing. So... situation is, there is a hunter here at the bar named Ethan who has temporarily let us go as long as we pay for his tab, which is gonna be a huge drain on our money if this is gonna keep up. We all have a person over here who's kind of moored at the moment. And maybe we can help her out with fixing the ship. Possibly. Possibly. We'll see how that goes. And we have Feng over here who we're helping with data stuff around here. I guess there's also a vending machine here that wants some data from digital hunters. Alright, well, let's see what Feng has first. Maybe that'll help us with the rest of this stuff. As you arrive, Feng comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Go where? To see Heart in Hers. He gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that what you were here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring, towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped? Well done, by the way. He grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's a perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Feng takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Let's, confront him. That's right, it's a perfect time. Feng slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the black, a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. The same Hardenhurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name. An entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and next Erlin's Union took power. Same thing. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the Palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of a station so desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2A. Dock 2, a young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, chuffed out Solheim. Maybe that's true. But my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in the MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised cruise, trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up though. By the time they did, Solheim was gone. Abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Fang finally turns back to you, his eyes burning. Apart from shitheads like Hardin, shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the nuke structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. How is he still alive? Clearly, you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling, you see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. This is crazy. Fang turns to look at you. Don't come then, I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? You coming or not? I may as well come. I need you to get this tracker off me. Fang grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the door. A web of corridors lead through the complex. Snatches of the construction base always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he's going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock, locked to one side of the side rail horizon. A network of platform and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space of so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry. And at the front, two men, one gesturing towards a ship and the other, stick-thin, plainly dressed with a shock of gray hair. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase of the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. This guy? Yes. Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Hardin. A Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Havenish stands for. You have no place on the station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone's held in place by the rattled construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling and others nervous. You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call for security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. But as you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent. What are you if not exactly that? He looks around at the group who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You're a product of SNR. You have no place in Havenish shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Crap, I shouldn't have said anything. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am systems. And I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. Yeah, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. Unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sounds of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once, then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin. Submit the data through correct channels and we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Feng spits. Hardin, you shithead, you can't wriggle out of this one. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. Calm Feng down. You look at Feng, he shakes his head, and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Feng. And he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you into the corridor, Feng picks up the pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate of the web of connections starts drawing itself out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set point around the ring. Got him. Mutters Feng, what is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He jams at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Hardin's buddies. The ones he is messaging right now, and we're gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course. Hardin isn't working alone. We need a full set or nothing. Feng glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. What about my tracker? What about my out of office for 4 cycles and I gotta pay this guy's tab for at least one? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Buy some scrap, unload containers, offload scrap. I don't think we can get ship mine fragments, but we may as well give one a shot. Actually, yeah, I can give one a shot. Okay, we got one other ship mined. One more. Gamba. Okay, Gamba again. Perfect. I think that's all I need. Actually, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. Oh crap. Play the exchange, risky. Let's sell the scrap. Sell some more scrap. I have 2 ship mines. I need one more. Okay, well, I guess let's, I guess I can help the lady out. It's probably better than trying to risk it in the gambling area. Okay. Rewire the drones. Ship shape cycle +1. I feel like it didn't move. Critical account action unavailable. Or we can repair the hulls again. Okay, so that did something. Alright, what am I gonna do with these two. 3 ship mind fragment for 1 ship mind. Fix the ambergris. There's the tracker. There's this guy's tab. What am I gonna do? Overlook bar. I need to find work. Haul materials. Probably don't want anything less than a 6 in that one. Assist the shipbuilder. I guess we can try this one. I don't want to tip off the... do I want to tip off the hunters? I guess let's do that while we have the dice. Okay, I don't have dice for that one. I do for this one. May as well. Alright. Well, we got 1 dice left. Oh, frick. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye. As the orb of Hunter's head appears in distance, it is looking for you. Hide. You slip down into the ghostly structures of the eye, a feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now, that roving orb wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you, in that unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind, but you're already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Okay. How many more times can I poke this thing before it actually will do things to me? Oh wait, there's a ghost! Is that a ghost? Oh no, it's not a ghost, that's a ship. Looked like a ghost for a second. Okay, so there's 1 more hunter's nest. But we need a 2 for this one. Keynote, Yatagan agent. I don't think I need those yet, so we're gonna ignore those. What am I gonna do with this 2 though? What's this? Dock C4? Oh right, there's the merchants. Okay, we have a role that we can do. I'm not sure where I'm gonna use it though. Block maintenance. We can probably do this one. Actually, no, I want to do the shipyard. Maybe we can get some reputation. Worth a shot. Okay, that was not great. Food. Give me food. Fungus fan! Oh, wait! Oh, maybe I can, like, wait until it gets down to 4, because I'm a fungus fan now. I guess we'll see. Okay, condition is slowly worsening. Slowly. This guy's tab is coming up soon. I'm hoping it's not too expensive. Let's try to help you out here. Oh, I can't do that one anymore. Okay, let's do the 4. Alright. Do I do a 3? I need to get this other hunter's nest. This one requires a 3 or a 1. I would rather use a 1 if I could, but I don't have it, so let's use a 3. And let's see if the vending machine does anything useful for us. Please. Please let this not be a waste of time. Okay. This better be good. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rocked the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Sleeper entity. Comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovend flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into a huge sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking. Outlive its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Operational limits. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. That last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences. Huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition. Restricted by programming. Cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter. Then killer. Then we hid. There are others? Were, no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for Neovend. Found this vessel. Could sever hardline. Air-walled. Basic. Limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survive. What did you lose? Memory. Understanding. Knowledge. Many things. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neovend interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, we believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Will that work? The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long a machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe with its isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link it to cloud. Where can I get a ship mind? Build from fragments. Buy. Salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. You try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In ship mind, I can help us both. And Hunter. Make Rim safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Find soon. Neovend adds hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligence unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Okay, well I know where I can get ship mind, but I can't buy any more stuff here. I guess I have to wait for the merchants to come? I don't know where else to get ship mind though. Alright, well I guess I'll help these guys. Wait, how much more until the yard hand? How much more until this one finishes? I guess there's only one more here. I'll help you. And that did not work too well. Well, buy rations? I'm kind of curious about the rations, so let's give that a shot. Okay, so 2 energy instead of whatever the other one gives me. Oh, I have an upgrade point. Engage. Thrill Seeker. Gain energy from any action. I think I might want to save. Random scrap on engineer actions. Endure. I think I might want to up endure. Dice actions display potential positive and negative. Yeah, let's upgrade. Wait, what is... Ancient notes give double data rewards. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. Ooh, that would actually be good. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Reroll all of your dice once per cycle. Cryo actions are discounted by 20%. That's huge. For now, though, I think I wanna... Maybe we save up. Ancient Node gives double data rewards. Don't know if we really need that. Chance to gain random scrap on engineer actions. What actions are these? Interface engineer. Engineer endure. I guess let's do engineer. Alright. Anything else I can do today? Probably not. He's still doing his thing. He's still getting drunk. And we still need one more ship mind. That's gonna be a little while to get here. Lovely! Very lovely. Not really. Okay, we still have 3 dice. That's something. Oh wait, hold up. What's going over here? Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the Ambergis, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship mind they ripped won't be usable without replacing these. She throws a bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs, can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mind. Not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments maybe, sections of a mine, but a complete ship mind? No way. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mind should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done now. She leads you back through the guts of Amber, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout. All diagonal angles and bundled tubes. What do we do now? Akita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley. Though it's hard to tell, most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it, she starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mine. From where? Scrap freighter, ore exchange, hell, find one in the overlooked bathroom. Doesn't matter where, it just matters that we get one. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I got. No crew, no friends, you're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too, if she could. All I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them. Get me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret it. But... She sighs. Look, just get me out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the galley and head back toward the main log. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Akita's ship mine. Somehow. Well, this is... I hope she doesn't have a timer on that. One ship mine. The thing is, I am gonna get a ship mine, but not for you. You just gave me a heck ton of cash to work with. Can I get one from helping them? They'll eager to get the payload, scrap allowance, buy some scrap, unload freighters. They'll pay a wage. I think this is for money. Is there anywhere else I can use this 6 on? Maybe we use a 6 on you. Only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials, asking the nearest yard for you to take them. Okay, well, what if we just help here first? Okay. What does that do for us? Lem and Mina, worker and daughter. Havenger offices. Unit assembly? What's this one? Structural fitting, welder's mate, systems. Build a ship mind. Crap, maybe I should have only focused on one of these things. I'm like splitting myself thin. From the walkway, the side rail horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames all along her flanks. Torches flicker. Drones maneuver. Arc lights glint. The sense of scale, of industry, is both stunning and strangely unsettling. Oh, it's, mother and daughter, father and daughter? Wasn't expecting this. From the walkway, the side rail looks impossibly vast. Oh, she's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the side rail horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem. He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out of the ship. And this is Mina. He answers with a smile. Hi. Hi, he replies plainly, then shifts a little closer down the rail. Mina stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing on the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight on his other arm. I guess working. Me too, me too. He flashes a half-inch past. I knew it just to look at you. Wait, I knew it just to look at you? I knew it just looking at you. I mean, he stumbles a little over his words, not wanting to be misunderstood. I mean, you look like a worker. She's Mina's and my ticket out of this place. Our escape vector, so to speak. The ship? You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a half-inch contract on the side rail horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on a new world. He winks. Decades? It's a long trip. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Celis Foundation is sending thousands of people to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Why is it here? Why build it here, you mean? He grins. Don't ask me. I know as much as Mina about that. He ruffles Mina's hair thoughtfully. I suppose many corporations weren't too happy about breaking with the idea of surrogacy. Setting up somewhere without feeding back to the core. Maybe Celis got locked out of the corporate shipyards and had to go begging around somewhere to set up. Homeless, just like Mina and me. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers, food. Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back at you, to you, and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. Yeah, maybe. I'm working on it. He looks at the side rail horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches, from the vast hull. We gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches her eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She strains up and meets her eye. Daddy loves me. She says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We are just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the walkway, and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with them. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale the side rail horizon. A ticket out. What is my goal? Getting out of here, or what? Fragment supply. Input 1 ship mind fragment. Tracking Yadaka? A slate in the office advertised the Havager looking for informants. They'll pay. Ah, I see. I don't think I want to do the ship mind there, though. Unit assembly, junior tech, quality control. I guess I gotta work my way through one of these while doing this other stuff. I have 200. I can't really get a ship mine just yet. Why would it have been here? No one knows you're here. You'll need to change that if you want access to low-end residence facilities. Do we want to play dice? I don't know if I should. Unload containers. Well... I guess we can also try to get a... I guess we can try to get something from around here. Risky... Let's try this one. No. Go back. Let's try this one. Okay, that kind of worked out. I gained energy, I lost energy. Lovely. Random scrap on engineer. After any engage. Was that an engage? Minji Express Noodle Factory and Delivery? Oh, I guess we can work here? Delivering noodles to nameless units. I see. So I guess we can get money that way. Alright, well, we gotta pay bills next turn. I say bills, in quotes. Alright, I think we gotta try to repair ourselves too. Well, maybe we can do we want to repair right away, or do we want to repair later? I think we want to repair right away. We want to get those as soon as possible. 58 cryo. Ethan's deadline is in 2. You have 2 cycles. I think we stretch those 2 cycles out. You are there. Okay. Alright, let's try to get some food out of you first. Okay, so it only gives us 3. I see. So it would be in my best interest to do it every 3. Maybe. Okay, stabilizer. Let's go ahead and get a stabilizer. Okay, does that fully heal us? As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial clutched tightly into your hand. You open your hand and a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At one end, it has a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted on it, 207F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. Apartment number? For a moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this, or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to low end and find out. Interesting. So we have we have a stabilizer, but we don't have to use it right away. Can I use this right now? Slows the decline of sleeper cells. Can I use this right now? How do I use this? Ship fragment, 20F passkey. Okay, I guess we... How do I use this? Oh, we got an upgrade point for that. I think I want to... we don't need to... I think we can save this for now. We can probably save this for now, but I might want to like a +1 somewhere. Okay. Passkey. Right, what does that get us? As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room. Okay, let's see what's in here. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare, and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash, dispensers, oh, it seems like it looked like it was the same thing twice. Okay, let's do that again. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash, dispensers, water closet, towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. Inspect the room. A bunk is tucked into the wall. The blanket's ruffled. A wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open, loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, controlled. As you approach, there is a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises. Static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate. And then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passes over the recording, but I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and as you know it, you need me. A pause, something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data. Get me information. Get me something I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out and you can get what you need. Please. Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here. Working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark, and recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss. Then silence. Access? You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk. Its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. And another person needs me. Ship mind, Yatagan. All this stuff. What in the world am I gonna do? Well, if it's Yatagan stuff you need, it's Yatagan stuff we can get you. As long as we have the numbers for it. Alright, that's one. How many do you need, Sabine? How many? Is it 3? It is 3, as always. Alright, I guess I'll come back here when I have enough. We have a 6. Where am I going to use this 6 at? Do I work on the ship? Do I work on this thing? The low-end stuff? Filter caps can be heard. Residents play rotating around to this game for cryo. You know what? Get me some cryo along with this. 3 cryo? Really? That's not a lot. That's not a lot. How do I use a stabilizer? Okay, well I have a stabilizer, but I can't seem to use it. I guess I have to use it at home. Ah, here we go. Inject stabilizer. Alright, we're good to go for a little bit longer. Okay, and we have a little bit... Oh! Harden? Okay, the tab might need to be paid soon. Before that, though, I need to look for another Yatagan person. Sequence complete. Complete sequence. Can I do this again? Okay, data extracted. We need one more of you guys. That's... I guess I can use a 3, but I want to try to use a 2. Here's a 2. Ah, crap, no! That's not... Oh, crap, I shouldn't have used it on you. That's a Havenage agent. Not a Yatagan agent. I don't even know what I need the Havenage agent for. Ah, crap. Oh, well. Guess I was gonna need to use a 3 regardless. I just didn't want to alert the hunter just yet, but now I'm like on the verge of doing that. Alright, let's get you your data then. That's 1. 2. 3. As you turned away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagan data uploaded. The air crackles with white noise. Sleeper. Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? A sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. It has to be short. I don't know if Yatagan are monitoring me. Their voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from Yatagan agents, there's something in it I don't understand. The shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants, and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges. It has to be somehow baked into their wetware's interface, and that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Why? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean toward the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull this all together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick. He's one of the heads of Yatagan. They pause. It's better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect, and silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering, and more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake that unpleasant sensation of being observed. Okay, well, it's another one of those wait-and-see kind of things. I'm not gonna pay that bill until the end of today just yet. I wish I can get more scrap, but they can't give me any more scrap. I don't know if I could, like... I don't know if I can, like, work for them and get stuff. But we'll wait on this. It's been more than a few cycles since Feng confronted Harden, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havenish building. Then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of service and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery with their bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenish security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Walk away, approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Harden is there, leaning beside the bay entrance, so calmly that you barely notice him. He has a slate in his hand and an inventory of seizures sprawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance, or perhaps just abandoned. Harden shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around the stacks of hardware. spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? Tells you nothing. We will see what the council has to say about that. He looks up at the glass roof above, and stars beyond. We are the ones that provide oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapse, not blind conviction or self-interest. You're the self-interested one. More accusations. What have you achieved, Sleeper? Your entire existence is proof of your self-interest, signing yourself over to be emulated rather than work yourself. Whether you remember it or not, you suffer from the same short-sighted perspective as the person you were copied from. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Havenage has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havenage aren't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those hyper radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye Sleeper. This is our station. He meets our eye. So speak. Take your false accusations elsewhere, before I decide I need the confession after all. I'll stay silent. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear-out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks. A crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card, and scrawled onto it a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, then turn away, just as another stack of service is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Feng? And where the hell's Tambor? That's a freaking good question. Where the heck am I supposed to go? What the heck am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm going through leads and, going through a wild goose chase. Yatagan Rung Tea House. Okay, I guess there's Tambor. You've heard of Yatagan Enforcer base playing low end for information. I guess I can use that here. Locked. High stakes only play. Hand in the gum. So where does this take us? As you go to leave the Tambor Tea House, a hand falls on your shoulder. As you, Sleeper. Feng hisses from behind you. How'd you find me? The penguin. Penguin? What are you? He thinks for a second. Oh, do you mean? He mimes throwing gum in his mouth. That wasn't meant for you specifically, but... He cringes. Look, it doesn't matter. Come. Let's sit. Feng guides you down a set of stairs to one of the Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved menageries, all connected by a certain atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. Feng sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer though. You can get anything the Eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks up a booth, itself fashioned from some old salvage tank or container, lined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively. Don't suppose you've seen any Havenage types? They don't usually come out this far. Feng, what's going on? Well, I'm suspended. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm pretty sure Hardin wants to drop me off the rim of the Eye. He grins. Doesn't bother me though. It shows we hit a nerve back there. He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Why are you so calm? You know any reason I shouldn't be? He leans in, suddenly concerned, but then waves the idea away. Oh, that thought. Let's order first. Feng is right. The menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out. But the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. So you ran into Hardin? Was he pissed? Feng doesn't wait for an answer. The snake is so self-righteous, he might actually believe that Erlin would approve of his meritocratic bullshit. He taps on the table. If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs. But I guess his kind run the place now. A young woman with vine tattoos snaking up her arms turns up at the booth. A slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. Ghee roll. Need sambar rack? Kelp infusion. What's a sambar rack? Feng raises an eyebrow as she notes it. And you? She begins looking to Feng, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Feng shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. You work here? Feng waves you to be quiet. Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Cough. Jenna gives you a look like hard vacuum. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Feng. And only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. What? Feng stretches out in the booth. You know how it is, we all have to eat. Plus... He leans in. This is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. Ooh. Remember the web connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators. And if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the eye, those are the people we have to find. Feng is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end, and well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another. He brings a modified slate out onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone with a network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they're marked, we can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first. Hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. What? Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own, and so far I have no magics in this place. With 2 of us, we can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, Feng has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about in low end, in close proximity to as many people and residents as possible. And it turns out my friend Minji needs some help with deliveries. As in Minji Express, the noodles place. So you already know him. Perfect. Feng places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects you to my slate, and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of our targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Minji, and soon enough we'll have the place covered. Bang. Don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips. He grins. We are in this together, right? Are we? Yes, you think Hardin is happy to have you wandering around the place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eye on you. This is on you too. Feng slips his slate back under his clothes. Just head on up to Minji Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, I'll bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Jenna walks past carrying a tray of drinks and sharply catches Feng's eye. I don't think she's bringing your drink. He stands. I think it's time we call this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket. See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe. Feng adds before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. Wow! Are we gonna get this tracker off me? I don't think we are. Oh, jeez. Well, let's finish this cycle off and then figure out what to do from here. I kind of want to get on this ship, but at this point, I really want to see if this even does anything. Express delivery, let's freaking go. Okay. I guess let's also do this. Yay! We still have half of that progress left. Well, do I go ahead and pay for this guy's tab? I guess I don't want him coming after me. Let's get some food first. Ah, jeez, I really don't want to have to pay for this guy's tab. You have 2 cycles to pay the tab. I guess we'll pay next turn. We don't have to pay it right now, right? Probably don't have to pay it right now. Okay. Well, let's go to sleep then. There's a lot of things I need for sure. Oh! I was gonna end it here, but I guess we gotta talk to him. Wakey, wakey! Ethan is outside the moment you leave, leaning on the corridor wall. Ethan. Mm-hmm, that's right. He pushes off from the wall with a little shaky on his feet. And you made me come all the way up here. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster. I thought we had a deal here. You pay my tab and I don't shoot you. Wasn't that it, or am I misremembering? I don't have the cryo. Stay silent. Someone could be sitting on my stool right now. Think about that. He smiles. I like it there. There we have music. We have drinks. We have darkness. He shades his eyes. All we have here is fluorescent lights and a bad smell. I'll get the cryo. Ethan lazily draws his handgun from his holster and holds it out. Cryo, whatever you have. Now. Okay. The chits tumble from your shaking hands as you hold them out to him. Thank you. He stuffs the chits into a pocket without counting them. Was that so hard? Why are you doing this? You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. Ethan holsters his gun and reaches into his coat pocket. He pulls out a hip flask and takes a swig. I'm a freelancer, sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNR, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. It's you, sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though I should thank you. Taking another swig from the flask, forgive me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know? Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Ethan drains the rest of the flask. The thing is, sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another drink. He laughs and walks off down the corridor. Look at yourself. Give it up, sleeper. He shouts back down the corridor. Go find a job. You turn and set off in the opposite direction, head down. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the meadow of the rim like hammers. Oh, jeez. Did he take more than he needed? I think he took more than the 58, because I could have sworn I had like 130 something. I'm now down to 74. God. That's gonna be painful to keep paying. I need to find another ship mind, and not just a ship mind. Oh, there's so much stuff going on here. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh no. I'm gonna end the video here today. Well, I guess we'll find out next time and see if I can get out of this mess, because this is not sustainable. Not sustainable at all. I gotta pay for food. I gotta pay for repairs maybe. I gotta pay this guy's bill, and I don't have any money. So how am I gonna get more ship mines? Probably through here. I wonder if we get money through here. You have a spot supporting the weld team. Good place to prove you know how to put a ship together. Junior tech. Probably here. Let's see if I remember this next time. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. And, see ya. Bye-bye.